Hey, it's Fayd, doing a full Chainblade tutorial. So real quick on the Chainblades, in my opinion, these are the only viable cells at the moment. End of story. Literally, I can't think of anything else that you could put here that would be even remotely close. You want Deadeye Cool Shot Armor for the 10-part damage. You want Stamina Regen cells, personal preference. You could probably get away without using them, but I like it, so I use it. On the chest, I've got Evasion Invulnerability. You don't have to use this. You can also use things like Cheat Death or Shielded Medic. I wouldn't suggest Forceful Recovery for obvious reasons. Deadeye Boots. I'm using Dodge Momentum. You could also use Evasive Fury, which is attack speed after perfect dodge. That's if you're basically maining Chainblades and you're really good with those iframes. I don't anymore, so I don't hit my iframes as often as I would like to. Which means, like, you know, because Chainblades, their iframes come after their dash animation. And with other weapons, your iframes happen early. So trying to adjust back and forth is a pain in the ass. It's just not convenient, basically. So yeah, movement speed after dodge it's just nice. Makes you go fast. Going fast is good. Means you have more DPS, theoretically. As far as the attacks themselves, they're pretty simple. If you're using any set of Chainblades with a Furious Cell, your just left-click combo is going to proc the Furious Cell, okay? Because every Chainblade left-click hits twice, no matter what Chainblades you're using. That's why Reza Blades don't hit twice on left-click. It's a very specific thing that it says on their tooltip, actually. If you look right there, ranged swings hit twice, whereas other Reza weapons, weapon swings hit twice. The reason that Chainblades have only range swings hitting twice is because Chainblades normally hit twice on melee anyway. And they didn't want it to hit 4 times because your DPS would be hilarious. I mean, you would be proccing Furious Cells, like you'd be getting 400 damage extra on every left-click combo, which is just absurd. The Chain Fling combo, you should pretty much never use this entire thing unless you just can't get to a behemoth. Usually it's only there to deal a little bit of damage. Like, let's say a behemoth starts an attack animation as you're running up to it, and you're like, oh shit, I'm not going to be able to do a full combo on him before he hits me. Like, if I go up towards him right now, I'm going to take damage. So you just right-click it a couple times, and he attacks, and then you move in and attack him normally. The Swing Blades, normally this would be your primary DPS combo, but because Furious Cells are a thing now, I just don't think it's quite as good. And it's just the LLRL. Blade Spin's only good with Reza Blades because it does get that 2x hit. But it also animation locks you, and it's not much better, if it even is better than normal left-click combo, so I just don't use it. If elemental combos come back, then yeah, it would be nice. But elemental combos, and by that, well, elemental aspects, I should say. So for instance, like shock weapons having a shock effect, fire weapons having a fire effect. I know like they kind of do right now, but they used to actually do other things. Like frost weapons could freeze like a part of the behemoth, like wound it, kind of like spears do. And you know, shock weapons, their damage spread to every part. Fire put a dot on enemies. I'm very rusty with Chainblades, by the way, so please try not to heavily judge this. Anyways, as you can see, you kind of want to dodge things preemptively if you're not good with your iframes. That's the iframe right there, by the way. I wanted to show you guys. I'll probably do it a few more times. But you do have to do it quite early. Normally, your Q, if it has full pips like it does for me right now, it'll do damage when you leap back off of things, all right? Like, it only did one little thing there. Usually it does like 500 damage, 300 to 500 or so, I would estimate. Only if you have all of the pips, though. Like, so right now, boom, damage. Not very much because it's a large behemoth. Chainblades don't like large behemoths, by the way. It's not their thing. Because of how the Q works at the moment, they can't leap over them with any degree of consistency, which hurts them greatly. The reason I'm right-click spamming here is golden apples everywhere. In this fight's just it's very good, basically. There's no reason not to get all of these that you possibly can. And Chainblades are the best at it, as far as I know. Like, as far as I'm concerned. Now, for queuing to get... Oh, hello? Oh, I didn't get as many as I wanted. For queuing to getting close, you want to right-click first and then use Q. Because if you don't, you're wasting a little bit of damage. That's really the only reason. It's not like you have to, but when you right-click and Q, it still pulls you in. It might have a little bit of a shorter range than your normal Q. Like from here, I can Q normally. But if I'm back there and try to right-click Q, I can't do it. It'll just right-click and miss and then Q after. But getting closer, like a little bit closer to get the extra damage is very worth it, in my opinion. With Shroud Chainblades, you can right-click Q in midair and pull yourself unless they've fixed it already. It's a glitch, so I'm not sure when they're going to get rid of it. It's not game-breaking or anything. It's probably going to be there for a while, considering, you know, Embermane is a thing still. I'm trying to get like a good Q like retreat off so that you guys can see the damage, but it's not behaving itself. But as you can see, this Furious Cell is proccing like mad right now. I can't say too much more about Chainblades. They're not in a great spot at the moment. They're okay to use, but it's really just about retreating. Like, Chainblades are about creating distance over using iframes in many situations. That's just how they are. And that's how they're going to be until they get reworked. There's no way around it. You see an attack coming, you get out of the way instead of rolling through it like you would with any other weapon. That was a panic double Q. I realized I was pulling myself into a flop and Q'd twice, which is fine. There's no reason not to do that if you realize you made a mistake. Might do a little bit longer just to kind of drive this stuff home, and then I'm going to end the video. Plus, I love doing this. This is like my favorite thing with Chain. I'm actually glad it was Hellion. I haven't gotten to do this for a while. Just like this mass amount of apples. It's, oh my, so good. You do this in a normal hunt and people will love you. All right, there's one more thing I forgot. My bad. If you are using a weighted blade cell, this is not the best way to boop. The best way to boop is this. Spacebar, right click, okay? It shoots straight forward. You will not ever miss a boop, all right? Ever. It's perfect. It's insane how consistent that is. It's better than any other boop in the game that I can think of at the moment. It's super fast. Like, way, oh my god, yes. Way faster than, like, spear boops or, like, it's way longer range than hammer ones. So many apples! It's just good, but I don't like using weighted blades personally, because there's other weapons that can boop without wasting the cell slot that you would have your Furious Cell in otherwise. And your Furious Cell is nice DPS. So yeah, hopefully this was helpful. Good luck with the Chainblades. I hope they are getting reworked soon. Sort of, because I'll have to remake this video, but whatever.